A sharper timeline is emerging surrounding the aid to Ukraine as new emails have been released. I'm ABC's Serena Marshall with what happened just 90 minutes after the phone call between the two presidents.
Loneliness has become an epidemic. Just ahead on GMSA, how it's impacting seniors' health and what's being done about it.
Yeah, I told you we'd start. There's live cam right now looking back towards downtown. Monday forecast is coming up with meteorologist Sarah Spivey.
Monday.
Live from KSAT12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
We just had it wrapped up like a gift and we wanted you to do a slow unwrap. Good morning. It is Monday, December 23rd.
Yes. That was something, wasn't it? Thanks for being with us this morning, everybody. Mike is on vacation, but we have the beautiful Sarah Spivey in this morning, and it's chilly out there.
Oh, my goodness. Yes, it is. It's been chilly pretty much all weekend long in the morning hours. Temperatures are starting off right now close to freezing. We are flirting with that freezing line. You take a look, though, up toward Bernie Stage Airfield, right on the Kendall-Bear County line. It's 30 degrees. It's 28 up in Kerrville, 31 in Hondo, and 31 below freezing down in Pleasanton. But again, right around San Antonio, we're just above freezing. I wouldn't be surprised if, a lot like yesterday morning, we have areas of patchy frost out there. So we do have a bit of a frosty morning. This afternoon is going to be absolutely beautiful, and we will have a warm Christmas, at least in the afternoons. But I'll be back to take a look at travel delays. I'll be back to take a look at your Christmas forecast and what you can expect. And of course, what you can expect today, a lot of people will be out on the roads, not only traveling, but also getting those last-minute Christmas presents in line. So with that, let's go ahead and go over to Officer Nick. He's got a look at the roads with time saver traffic.
Thank you, Sarah. A lot of things, not a lot of things going on right now on the traffic roadways. Everything's looking great. Early in the morning, traffic was a little bit more moderate than usual, probably because of the holiday season. But it's definitely starting to pick up because it's the 6 o'clock hour now. But everything's looking good out there. Let's look at some drive time. Southbound 1604 to downtown is 12 minutes. And the southeast side of 1604 to downtown is also 12 minutes. Here we have eastbound Bandera to I-10, 5 minutes. And westbound Bandera Road to Highway 51 is 5 minutes. So if you're out there today, just please be very, very careful. Let's take a look at the Trans Guide. Alma Ranch, 1604 in Culebra, looking good. 10 in Callahan, looking great as well. And let's see what else we have here. Let's do 10 and 1604, so all northwest side. Sorry about that. It's right there. Everything's looking good. 410 in Callahan, traffic starting to pick up as well. So please be careful if you're on the roadways today, and have a great day. Mark?
Thank you, Nick. Homicide detectives questioning several people after a deadly shooting at an East Side apartment. Only one of them is a suspect, the person who they believe shot and killed a man overnight. Katrina Weber's at the 2700 block of East Commerce with a live report. Katrina, you mentioned that neither man lived there. Have police found out why they were in that particular apartment?
Well, the only thing that police have shared with us is that those two men were there for the purpose of visiting with a woman who lives there. Now, I spoke to another woman who claimed to be that woman's mother, and she says there's pretty much a lot to this story, a lot more than police have shared with us. Let me tell you what they did tell us, though. They say that the shooting happened in an apartment right here in the 2700 block of East Commerce a little bit before 3 o'clock this morning. They were called here. They did find a man in his early 30s who had been shot several times, according to police, shot and killed. The suspect was not here, but they did track him down at another location. They took that man who's in his early 20s into custody. Now, the woman who we spoke to says that those two men were there to see her daughter. She says, though, she's not sure exactly how the victim got in. She says he is the ex-boyfriend of her daughter. For some reason, he came over. She was there with a friend of hers, and those two men got into it, and then that is when the shooting happened. And so police have been talking to her. We actually saw detectives talking to the mother, and they have not confirmed that to us, but that is the story that we have heard here from the mother of the woman who lives in this apartment. We are going to try to see what more police can tell us about this situation. Reporting live on the east side, Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, Katrina. Also new this morning in southeast Bear County, investigators are trying to figure out what sparked a house fire early this morning. It happened just before 2 this morning in the 4800 block of Hardy Road. That's near Mathis Road and I-37. We are told a home and car were on fire. 3 people were inside the home, but they did get out safely. They will now be staying with relatives.
Deputies for a shooter after an argument over a child's haircut ended with gunfire at a barbershop. Happened Saturday near Katy. The Harris County Sheriff's Office says the suspect left the barbershop in a gray 4-door sedan. The employee who was shot 3 times was rushed to an area hospital.
New this morning in Saudi Arabia, a court has sentenced 5 people to death for the killing of journalist Jamal Khashoggi. Saudi Arabia's state-run news reported 3 others were sentenced to prison for a combined 24 years. And all 11 people were on trial for the killing. Khashoggi was killed last year in the Saudi consulate in Istanbul. He was a Saudi journalist and critical of Saudi Arabia and the Crown Prince's policies.
Now to the latest in the impeachment of President Donald Trump. Newly released documents revealed that just 90 minutes after that infamous phone call with Ukraine, the Pentagon was ordered to suspend military aid and to keep the move quiet. The documents were released following a court order as part of a Freedom of Information request by the Center for Public Integrity. Here's ABC's Serena Marshall.
As Republicans and Democrats continue to spar over impeachment,
they had to rush to this impeachment vote, and then all of a sudden she's sitting on it.
If he really believes it's thin because the President of the United States ordered his top people who were in the room, who have firsthand knowledge, not to testify.
New details from new emails filling in the timeline of events surrounding the freezing of nearly $400 million in military aid to Ukraine. Just 91 minutes after the now infamous phone call between President Trump and Ukraine's President, Michael Duffy, a senior official with the Office of Management and Budget, emailed the Pentagon to please hold off on that funding to Ukraine, requesting they keep it quiet, given the sensitive nature of the request. The 146 pages of heavily redacted emails also shows the president first inquiring about the aid weeks prior, and they were obtained by the Center for Public Integrity following a federal judge's ruling, not by Congress, which the White House continues to refuse to cooperate with. But Duffy is one of the 4 witnesses who Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer has said he wants to hear from during the Senate trial.
This email is explosive.
On the campaign trail, though, impeachment not part of the candidate's case.
Mr. Vice President, can we ask you one question about it? Mr. Vice President, one question on impeachment.
Making a final pre-holiday blitz through the Hawkeye State with the caucus just weeks away, voters lining up to see the South Bend mayor.
This will be the 3rd event that I've been to, and just want to hear some more of what he has to say.
As the candidates vie for their party's nomination to take on President Trump here in Washington, the impeachment battle continues to be at a standstill. Lawmakers are out on recess, and the majority and minority leader continue to be at a stalemate over witnesses. Serena Marshall, ABC News, Washington.
It's now 6:08, 37 degrees.